Oh my goodness, my friends, here we are. It gets it. I was just thinking that it's getting, as the coronavirus progresses, people that are petri dishes for infection, and people who were not let out of jail who were there for violating parole, for instance, are facing a death sentence. So those kinds of situations are unimaginable. But it's also true that in rural areas like this one in Schoharie, there's hang on, here it is. And in the Middle West, there are places where it's not real. It hasn't been real for most people unless they're knowledgeable. It's kind of like the denial of global warming, alas. And I mean, they all knew it months ago. So if we disregard those realities, we pay a bitter price. And so what I just did is Rachel, I sent her some little demos. I know it's sing-along time, but here it is. Little demos. She had a great idea. She said, why don't you do 20-second pieces, not 20 seconds as in the bathroom. And I just sent her the videotape, and she may be able to cut it out, and then you'll see it, because I'll play it like I was playing Steve Seskin songs on my iPhone. Oh, and Tony, if you're listening, or Sarah, if you're listening, just text Rachel and tell her that I told them that it might be coming in, but I'm going to try singing it a little bit so they see. But I did. Can you make it? Sure, let's see. Can you wash your hands like this, Billy boy, Billy boy? So he's going like this. Can you wash your hands like this, Billy boy, Billy boy? Can you wash your hands with soap? Can you wash your hands with soap, Billy boy, Billy boy? Can you wash your hands with soap, darling Billy? Stay home, stay home. It's about 20 seconds. All right. Oh, let me see. I'm just going to tell So if you turn on your computer, I'm on the air now, and lots of people are watching us. What's cooking, honey?
All right, good. You sent me for the final mix for silence, because I'm done with the cut, okay? You sent me for the final mix an email, and you can take.
And later, if you want to replace it with a different, we'll replace it. But honey, I'm on the air. If you go turn on your computer, you'll see me, and everybody's listening to me talk to you. So, I get on the air and I sing, and they listen. Do you understand that? So, in other words, if you were to call, so what you can do is you can just slot it in because the sound is so good, and then later replace it with the right thing, if that's possible. If not, just use what you've got, okay? All right, thanks, honey. Oh, wait a second. This is from my electrician. So, all right. I'm just, and then I'll do other ones. I'm just figuring out what they are, taking songs that people know. You know that song, it says, where have you been, Billy boy, Billy boy? Where have you been, charming Billy? Oh, I've been to see my wife, she's the darling of my life. She's the young thing that she cannot leave her mother. Can she bake a chair and wink a sigh? She's a young thing that she cannot leave her mother, etc. And then I go this time. Can you wash your sands? Okay. So now, Tony Rancio. Uh-huh. Oh, there's a buffering effect. Uh-huh. So in other words, it's not working right. Maybe I was too loud. Tell me again if it's too loud, Tony. Everybody else is the sound kind of wacky, or maybe the transmission. Let me see if what network I'm on, because I may be on the wrong one. I am. I'm going to get off and come. Oh, wait a second. May trans. This should not be buffering. Can you tell me if this is okay? Text me. I'm looking at my phone. I don't have a choice. Tonight is the buffering night. But the first song I want to sing, I sang before, and I don't know if Mayor Sam Marcel, who's one of my heroes of all time, if his wife, Sandy, was on when I did it. And I want to sing it for the two of them, but dedicated to Sandy Marcel. Now, Mayor Sam Marcel was the mayor of Atlanta in the time of the civil rights movement, and when it was really, 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 really rugged. And he knew all the players, and he did amazing things for Atlanta. And I love this man. And I recently was there in Atlanta for the opening of a film about the time in which Jews and it might be related to the earlier storms. Okay, it goes in and out. All right. Maybe if I take out, no, I don't think that'll do it. So at that time, I mean, it's extraordinary what he managed to do by bringing the Black community and the Jewish community, everybody together in spite of these dark times. And that is a lesson to us, because what he did was what we're trying to do when we get together. We're not only giving our moment of contemplation and togetherness, we're also inherently in ourselves standing up in the face of these challenges of the coronavirus and the terrible mistakes that are being made here and elsewhere in the world. But for us, it's hard to believe what's going on and that lives are being lost because of negligence. But it goes on all the time. It's just accelerated extraordinarily. We're looking at many, many, many 9/11s. So this is for you, Sandy, and my brother. And this is a sing-along. They'll all be sing-alongs tonight. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. Standing here outside your door. Hate to wake you up, say goodbye. The dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Ready, I'm so lonesome, I could cry. Kiss me and smile for me. Now you can metaphorically hold hands with everybody in the room and sway back and forth. And you sing, kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Tony, would you call Rachel and tell her that I'm singing now on the tube and I can't answer her at all, because it would really be untoward and really awkward. But I send my love and I send my heart, and I send my friendship and I send my heart, and I send my best wishes to everybody there. Kiss me and smile, kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Let me hear me. I'm leaving on a jet plane. You don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you. One more time and let me kiss you. Close your eyes, I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the times I won't have to say, kiss me and smile. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again, oh babe. Leaving on a jet plane, oh my God. Oh babe, I hate to go. Oh Mary, in these times, oh I wish you were here, I miss you so. So that's for you, Sandra, and that's for you, my beloved Mayor Sam Massell. And now, let me see. And you sang an amazing song that night in Atlanta. Yes. Now, what was what are the Samir stable now here in Toronto? Good. Barbara Burton, Buffering and Curvel. See, it may not be, because if it's stable in Toronto, then it's stable. Samir is the genius who was on the yesterday we recorded 3 of the Parkland students singing a song, 2 songs, and he was so wonderful. He is so steady, and he's, as I mentioned before, he's from India, and he emigrated to the United States and went to New Jersey, of all places, for a while. He loves New York, by the way, and New York is New Jersey for many people, and understandably so. And then he went up to Toronto, where people are even more loving. So let me call Rachel back. What the heck? Let me see what's cooking now, because I'm hoping that she'll. I don't know, it's all new to me. I don't know if this is okay. We make our own rules here, and hi there, my friends. And I'm trying to figure out what the songs are that were requested. So Tony, if you can figure it out by looking at the emails, because I don't know. And I did tell somebody I would sing a song for them, and I forgot what. Hi, sweetheart. So I'm on the air now, but I can talk to you. Whatever I say, as a lot of people are listening to. What would you like to say?
No, well, I don't know the password, and can you please not call me while that makes me uncomfortable. So.
Okay, well, when I'm on the air, it's a good idea maybe not to call Tony, and he hasn't. Okay. So Tony, she needs to. She needs a password. Okay. So I didn't. She called me. All right. So anyhow, what songs did you Can you request a Grateful Dead song? No, but you can request a Nina Simone's. No. I'm only going to do the songs they know well, that are sing-along songs that I know, that have come from the spirit and the heart of what I care about so long. So I'm just going to wait in the absence of Tony getting back to me and letting me know what songs have been requested. I'm going to just take songs that are requested by you. Okay, there's a request that hasn't come in. It comes from Janie Schauder, Schauder. Okay. Oh no, that's the Grateful Dead. It was Janie Soslow. Okay. Second, somebody else wanted, and somebody else wants Light One Candle and Stu Ball. These were all, oh yeah, Great Mandel's on a sing-along song. So I'm going to do Leslie Anderson. Okay. Okay. If I Had Wings is not a sing-along song. It has to be Rolling Home I Can't Do. All right. Looking for the email now, Sarah Cole. You can call Rachel up and see what password she's looking for, because I sent her something on Hightail, but she shouldn't have to use that Hightail. It just comes. Nobody needs a password. All right. So, okay, Blowing in the Wind is it? It's a great one. And so This Little Light. Let's do a little This Little Light. It's simple. I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine with me. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Now if you're all alone in a room and you say, it's silly for me to sing along, well, think how silly it is for me to sit alone in a room and sing alone, but I'm not alone. And in that same sense, you're not alone. So sing with me, and I'm looking in your eyes now, and I'm singing now. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world now, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, shine, shine. This little light of mine now, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. For peace and for my friends, I'm gonna let it shine. For an end to this coronavirus, I'm gonna let it shine. For an end to hatred and killing and more, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. What else do you think? Julie Thompson, what do you think of Bob Dylan's 17-minute song? Well, I thought there were some very profound parts. I thought the second half got a little bit repetitive, but it was vintage Dylan for sure in many ways, and it was a beautiful recording. So this a little light of mine, I'll let it shine, sing it with me. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. I am gonna let it, I am gonna let it, I am gonna let it shine, shine, shine. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna let it shine, 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 shine. My friends, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah. So I want to tell you a little story about it. This is one of the Operation Respect songs, and when it's sung, one of the things that is done is that sometimes children who know that we know in this educational initiative, Operation Respect, and the Don't Laugh at Me program, we know that it's we know that a it's important for kids to know their feelings. If they know their feelings, they can control their feelings. They can manage them, but they have to know what they feel. And if you ask a child, "What are you feeling now?" and they don't know how to answer it, it means that their evolution in terms of their dimensions of social and emotional learning and their development in that arena lack that particular element. So if you say, "How are you feeling?" "I think everything's okay." No, "How are you feeling?" "What are your feelings?" "I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling weary. I'm feeling frightened. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling." And so slowly they get into that. And they, then with that song, and this happened and Mark Weiss was there, and I think he'd remember. Mark Weiss is the educational director of Operation Respect, and he's frequently online when we do these. So, not we. Tonight, it's just Peter, and Bethany is working in the other room, so I don't think she'll be coming. She might. So we went to Ukraine. And at some point, what happened was that the educators from Operation Respect were paired with Peace Corps volunteers who were part of the largest contingent of Peace Corps volunteers in any country. They had about 600 then. And Doug Thresher, Doug was the Peace Corps head there. And they paired the Peace Corps volunteers who were teachers or could be teachers with the teachers that came from all over Ukraine, and they had a training. Now, the second time we were there, and then they went and they did the Don't Laugh at Me program, which is all about creating a caring, loving classroom, a caring, loving relationship, a strong community, creating the dimensions of compassion and understanding and being able to resolve conflict nonviolently and using those tools. And the second time we went there, they had a gathering at one of the schools in Kiev, which is not far from where our parents were born, in what was there then called Elizabethgrad, now called Kirovograd. And I went to that school, and some of the students who had come from these schools had traveled, a day. Ukraine is so huge, and they were on trains, and they came in, and they're unbelievable. They sang the song "Don't Laugh at Me," which is our theme anthem, written by Steve Saskin and Alan Shamblin, in Ukrainian and in English. And Maria Burmaka, who was a singer and also part of the Velvet Revolution there, had sung, which was when Yanukovych was in, had sung the Ukrainian version. And we put that together, and we had some Ukrainian students singing background vocals. Well, here is what happened. This was so moving. I asked the question that I do ask about that. What are you feeling? What are you feeling now? What no, I said, what is it in you that your little light that you want to shine? What is something inside yourself that is special that you would like people to see? And for instance, I like them to see that I'm a I'm a I'm a good I'm a good I'm a good sport, or I like them to see that I'm a kind person, or I like to see even that something that I like singing. So I went down the line and I said, and what would you like to, what is your little light that shines within you? And one of them said, I love animals, you know, and that's my light. And another one said whatever. And the third one asked, and she just choked up and she said, nobody sees me who I am. And she started to cry. Nobody sees me at all. And what I did was I asked the girl next to her to put her hand on her shoulder and say, I said, would you do this? Just put your hand on your shoulder and say, I'm with you. I see you. And you can be my friend and I'll be your friend. And then the other side, that's what the other child did there. And then I said, would you come around? And all the kids, there were about 15 of them, as many of them as could squeeze, and as she felt more and more people saying in Ukrainian or in English, they all spoke English to one degree or another, some of them really, really well. She stopped crying and it was amazing. It was as if she was touched by magic. And she said, and I said, are you feeling better? She said, yes. All these people, one, but now you can think about it and then answer the question. And I'll never forget that moment. You ask about the great moments in my life that I can recall. Some of them, yeah, it's the March on Washington, but I want to tell you this particular moment, seeing this heart coming out of these people in this way was so beautiful and so wonderful. So I did it, and we went forward. But the room changed when they saw that. When they saw that unhappiness in that girl of 15 or so transform. So that's what this little light of mine is. What is your little light? What is it that brings you joy? What is it that gives you a sense of great connection to others? Because that's where we get our joy, I think, a lot of it, from loving and touching the hearts of others. Okay, so let me see. What am I going to say? Oh, you want to hear Puff the Magic Dragon, Jackie? We will end the concert with this. Jackie, you're a mash who I love. Let me go through these and see. So let's see what we're... Yes, Jane, it was pretty powerful. Allison McDermott. Oh, I adore you. I adore you. Doug Tresher. Yes, that's right, Elizabeth. I adore you. And then no email requests and on the phone. Okay. So we're going to do it online. It's going to be live. Stew Bowl is a great song. Oh, Worried Man Blues, of course. That's a great old song that I used to sing at Cornell. And it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried alone. 29 links of chain around my leg. 29 links of chain around my leg. 29 links of chain around my leg, and on each link the initials of his name. Takes a worried man to sing a worry, sing a worry. It takes a worry, it takes a worry, sing a worry, to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man, Lord, to sing a worried song, worried now. But I won't be worried long. I went across the river and I lay down to sleep. I went across the river and I lay down to sleep. I went across the river and I lay down to sleep. When I woke, there were shackles on my feet. Oh Lord, it takes a worried man alone. Sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Worried now, but I won't be worried long. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man. Sing a worried song, worried now. But I won't be worried long, yeah. Trouble in mind, Lord, I'm blue. And that's really being a worried man. But what comes to mind, and giving you kind of a sense of context of any of these songs, there's so many songs that refer to a chain, mainly blacks in the South, into hard labor and to work piling rocks and building the railroad, and it was merciless. Leadbelly, Hughie Ledbetter, was on a chain gang, and he sang these songs and he also wrote them. But what comes to mind is Odetta singing songs about this old hammer, these chain gang songs, and this is just a song we can sing too. It exists. Let me see. Take this hammer, carry to the captain. Take this hammer, carry to the captain. Oh, take this hammer, oh, carry to the captain. Oh, tell him I'm gone. So I'll do the first one, then just join me. Well, if he asks you, was I crying? 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 Tell him I was laughing. Tell him I was laughing. Well, this old hammer rings like silver. Ha! This old hammer What rings like silver? This old hammer. What rings like silver? Shines like a gold, but it shines like gold. Well, you take this hammer and you throw it in the water, and you take this hammer, throw it in the water. Take this hammer, throw it in the water, and it shines right on, buddy. It shines right on. Well, this old hammer, walk with me, hurry to the captain. This old hammer, carry to the captain. Carry to the captain. This old hammer, carry to the captain. Tell him I'm gone, Lord. Tell him I'm gone. So how does that relate to It Takes a Worried Man? Well, you note, it takes a worried man. We'll sing this right, but I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. There's this hammer song is the same resistance to being subdued, to being taking the soul being taken out of you by being on the chain gang. Tell the captain, if he asks whether I was crying, tell him I was laughing. He has not stolen my capacity to breathe, to live, to care. And as I think about it, and tell him, this hammer that I am using here, hammer, this is the hammer that they swung, they swung, and this is what they would sing as they swung it to keep them in time. Say, take this hammer and throw it in the water. You know what happens when you throw metal in the water? It rusts. No, it shines right on. This is my refusal to lose my heart, my ethic, my humanity. I will not have that suppressed. And that's what we're doing together with this reset. We're saying, we have been so alienated from each other. We have been so terribly pulled apart, and we've been convinced that these are the people who voted differently from ourselves, that they're horrible and they're despicable, worthy of hatred. No, this is not the case. There are people, but the vast majority of us, whatever our beliefs, hey, you're living in these tight quarters, you know that stuff is coming up. So what is going on? Why am I so on edge? You're on edge and I'm on edge, because all of this, if we weren't on edge, there would be something wrong with us. There is the coronavirus is will kill more than tens of thousands of people. We know that. There is no way that will not occur. But it can, at this point, be mitigated, and that's why everybody must stay home. And that's what we have to do. But anyhow, back to what I was saying, that we are, in these times, what we are doing is, by being together and singing together, we're doing what Peter, Paul, and Mary did. We would look at each other, we'd sing, and we'd restore our sense. No, we will not we will not be subdued. We will not be moved. We from this ethic, from our belief. And I'm singing this song. It goes out to somebody that I wrote a note to, and I forgot to send it out today. But she's this hugely great friend of Mary Beth McCarthy Yarrow. It was my wife, no longer together, but she is my beloved friend. And one of her great friends is an extraordinary actress, Lee Grant. I was writing a letter to her, and I was talking about how her stamina and her determination to continue to be and create in the face of the darkest of times in America, in certain ways, in terms of the corruption of power, was the Joe McCarthy blacklist time. And she was married to Arnie Manoff, and she was blacklisted. She was a star, but she continued to create and persist and believe. And I was telling Mary Beth how grateful I am for their friendship. And I was thinking of this song because one of Mary Beth's, Lee's great friends, just passed, and she was writing a biography of whom I'll remember in a second. I can't process all these things. He was the great singer, the great actor, the great his name, and it was in Peekskill, the Peekskill riots. Somebody tell me what it was. Okay, Paul Robeson. He was writing the biography, and she passed. And one of the songs that took me to in my mind just now, and I dedicate it to Lee Grant, is this, with my admiration and my love. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. It's that same spirit. We're black and white together. Okay, you're black and white together. You're a commie. You're a red. You're a spy. You're going to lose your job, and you did. And that's what it was at. And that was an extraordinarily dark time when people it was like the Salem witch trials. And in fact, that was the Arthur Miller play, The Crucible, which was an analogy to the blacklisting, when those kids just got infused with that whole spirit of destruction, and they started naming this and this person, and they were witches, and they had to be burned at the stake. So when you sing a song like, or if you're steeped in this music and you're singing this kind of song, it brings to mind things past and things present, and of course there are other things present that I could bring up, but it just revealing to like the wonderful interconnections in folk music. Now, what song shall I? Stew Bowl, yes, we could do Stew Bowl, but what else? Okay, I'm looking at the others. Come and Go With Me to That Land is a great song. But I don't know if all of you know it. I want to do something now that you do know. Julie Thompson, you're singing full voice. Can you hear me? Of course I can, Julie. Will you please sing a little softer? No, I mean, you accumulate. Julie Thompson is my extraordinarily good friend. She and Brogan Dupuer. And they made Julie made a documentary with Mary Beth Yarrow. This is very circular. And Lee Grant, about the Wilmer 8, 8 women in Wilmer, Minnesota, that went on strike against a bank. They had, prior to that, they did it because there was somebody who was brought in that was hired over their heads, and they were not given consideration. And it was clearly a violation of the equality of men and women who were supposed to be considered. But it was, and they went out and they picketed and they picketed. So Julie Thompson did that, and she later made that extraordinary film called Nebraska that she brought. I mean, that's going from the tiny, the tiny but very important moment in Wilmer, Minnesota, where I got married to Mary Beth. And she has compiled an extraordinary with Brogan Depuer, extraordinary catalog of activists during the anti-war period and the civil rights movement, and she's interviewed them, and it's my heart just resonates when I hear of people who have that kind of idealism, and they say, "Oh, I gotta sing another song, Scott." Just okay, let me see. Yes, so you're singing, and then can you please say hi to my 9-month-old daughter, Mimi. Okay, Mimi. Okay, I'll do it. Mimi, Mimi, I love you so. Mimi, Mimi, I love you so. Here's your mama, here's your dad, here's your Uncle Peter. Don't be sad. We love you so. Me, 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 we love you so. Tall pine trees or lemon tree. A tall pine tree is not a sing-along, but lemon tree is. Okay, that's a great city. When I was just a lad of 10, my father said to me, "Come here and take a lesson from the lovely lemon tree. Don't put your faith in love, my boy," my father said to me. "I fear you'll find that love is like the lovely lemon tree." Lemon tree very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. That was Peter Paul Mary's first hit. One day beneath that lemon tree, my love and I did lie. A girl so sweet that when she smiled, stars rose in the sky. We passed that summer lost in love beneath the lemon tree. The music of her laughter hid my father's words from me. The lemon tree very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. One day she left without a word. She took away the sun and And in the dark she'd left behind, I knew what she had done. She left me for another. It's a common tale, but true. A sadder man, but wiser now. I sing these words to you. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree, lemon tree, lemon tree, lemon tree with me. Lemon tree, 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 lemon tree. So what is that song? That was written by Will Holt, who passed away, I think, last year, and so many of us in this idiom from that period of time, which is called the era of the folk revival, are gone. Richie Havens, whom I adored, and I thought he was the most stirring singer of all of us. He just was extraordinary, and Odetta, and oh my goodness, so many have gone. But Pete Seeger, of course, and actually all of the Weavers have gone. Pete Seeger, Lee Hayes, a long time ago, Fred Hellerman, and Ronnie Gilbert. And that was my real inspiration. So the interesting thing is these songs are not songs from the 60s. These are songs from generations and generations, but they acquired a particular power in the 60s when music of shrimp boats is a common and stuff like that was prevalent on the air. And all of a sudden these songs became very relevant and everybody learned them. And not all these ones that I'm singing, but a lot of them. And so the important thing was that when we sang together, it would allow us to be extremely close, because when you sing, do you know that young people who are in grade school today, or middle school, or even high school, you ask them to sing and they go, they're embarrassed. Why? They're embarrassed because they're not used to showing their emotions. They're not used to showing their vulnerability. And the absence of forgiveness, that's really when we're singing. That's why it's so powerful a bond, because we're letting down our barriers and showing our hearts and feeling the sadness or the joy. And all of a sudden we pick up on that. And that's what we were doing in the course that I was teaching as a senior at Cornell. And these people who we're living in an era where there was so much prejudice, so much hierarchical stuff, and there was a Jewish side and a Christian side, and women were not respected. And if you were a person of color, oh my God. And that was at Cornell, but it was everywhere. And yet, when they came to that class and they sang together, something crystallized, and I sensed that that was happening. And I said, "This is going to affect the world. This kind of music." And indeed, that if we can have this kind of music once again in our lives, it is terrific. But let me tell you a little secret. I was recording three of the Parkland students when the Parkland students were it was about 3 months after the shooting, and I, for a variety of reasons, I won't go into the whole story. I was down there to with a group of 12 songwriter singers, and we weren't there to do what I was originally asked to do, to write songs for the kids. The students, we went there to nurture them in their songwriting. And what I've been doing is yesterday I was recording between 2 and 7 o'clock. Marisol and Peyton and Sophia, who were singing these two of these songs that this group of about 35 students had written. And it was amazing. Now, why was this so important to me? First of all, my heart was breaking because of this continuing horrific, catastrophic equation in our lives and in our country, whereby guns, not sports guns, but weapons, my son Christopher, he's hunted for deer, but an AK-47 and handguns are not, you can have them for sport, but unless you've got a lot. Well, in any event, 230,000 children have died. But since the coronavirus, I don't know of a school shooting because the schools are out since, the past few weeks. So that's pretty remarkable. Well, anyhow, we were in the studio and we were singing they were singing these songs, and shortly I'm going to figure out how to play videos, and I will play you some of the videos of the Parkland students. They're just amazing, and they wrote the songs. I didn't. These are the 11 songwriters, and none of us, we all contributed creatively, and all of us said, we will never earn a penny from this. So that we had the ethic of the purity of motive that was right there. Steve Seskin was there. David Broza was there. Two of the peace poets were there. It was, and the emotion and the healing that went on. And I could talk about it, but why is this so important? Because I believe that this can be one of the pieces of the puzzle that comes to us in this reset time, particularly when a music that emanates from the people, in this case, the youth, and it could be from the climate movement, it could be from the anti-gun violence movement, when that permeates our lives. And so that's what's coming to mind. And I want to sing a song and my heart goes out to them. Okay, now let me see what I'm going to do. Oh, somebody says, Don't Think Twice. And you do know that one. That's a great Bob Dylan song. Ain't no use to sit around and cry, babe. It don't matter anyhow. It don't matter anyhow. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When the rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. It ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, the light I never knew. The light I never know. Ain't no use turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road. I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I wish there was there was something I could do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. I'm a walking down that long, lonesome road back where I'm gone, can't tell, I can't tell. But goodbye is too good a word, gal. So I'll just say fairly well. I ain't saying you treated me unkind. You could have done better, but I don't mind. You just kind of wasted my precious time. Don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, like you never did before. And it ain't no use calling out my name, gal. I can't hear you anymore. Well, I'm a thinking and a wondering all the way down. I once loved a woman. I once loved her. She was a child, I'm told. I gave her a heart. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. Don't you think twice, it's alright. It ain't no use to sit around and cry, babe. It don't matter anyhow. It ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. But when the rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Don't you think twice, it's alright. Now, let me talk about this, because this is a very important song in many ways. It's poetic, it's fantastic. Bob Dylan, when he was just all intuition and all heart and all flowing with these incredible songs and messages. But this part of this is like, if you're in Hawaii, if you've ever been there, there ain't no big thing, like that's like, we can handle this. There's an upside to that. But the other part of it is saying, hey, and then there's another upside is saying, I can handle this, just like if I take this hammer, I can handle this torture of being on the chain gang. But there's another part that is so important, that is the essence of what we need to nurture now in each other and in the world, which is the part that doesn't seek to minimize the hurt, doesn't it seeks to address it and change the sources of inequity and hurt. I don't want to see somebody saying, I can handle the hatred because I'm a Muslim, or because I'm a person of color, or because I'm a Jew, or because I'm a, and these people, or I can, or because I'm a Democrat, or because I'm a Republican. No. We are not our labels. We are human beings, and we can't just walk around and say we can take it. We can live in a society where it's proper to say that's okay. She can handle it. Baloney. That child cannot handle that kind of treatment. And how do we get there so that we can acknowledge our feelings and work together to say it's not okay? Do think twice, 3 times, 100 times. It's the same as love. And that's why this song is so powerful, because when you are in love, it's not no big thing. It is my heart is breaking. And whether it's love of humanity or love of another human being, whether it's a romantic love or whether it's just the love of their soul, their specialness, their beauty of heart. No. It's tragic. Life is tragic, but and yes, love we endure, and when our hearts are broken and people get, come and be with us and soothe us. But if somebody who is person is in a jail and dying from this coronavirus because we aren't moving with rapidity, because it hasn't been taken care of, because they have not been let out of jail, because they are not doing it fast enough. It's not that. Don't think twice. So we have to care about fairness. We have to. If we do care about fairness and undeserved suffering and undeserved humiliation and marginalization, if we do that, if we don't do that, we're not going to do the reset that we need. And no, we're not going to do it in one gulp, but we have to move in the direction of obliterating the injustices. Injustice and war, and I don't mean just martial war, with arms. Injustice, peace, justice, peace, war. As I've mentioned in these coronavirus mini concerts, that Martin Luther King said, there is no justice without no peace without justice. So we have to care. Now I'm going to sing a very strange song that I didn't. What else should I sing? I want us to do another sing along, but I want to sing you a song that you didn't know that I wrote. Okay. Now, I wrote it with Phil Jarrell, but it came from Mary Beth said, the story of well, let me sing this song, and you'll say, "Oh, you couldn't have written this thing." I'm going to sing it in the male gender, which is the way it was first recorded, where I first wrote it. That was in the day. There are times when a woman has to say what's on her mind, even though she knows how much it's gonna hurt. Before I say another word, let me tell you that I love you. Let me hold you close and say these words as gently as I can. There's been another, okay, I'm doing it in the female gender. I wanted to do it. I'm not the kind of man who can live a double life, but I'm afraid there've been some feelings left unsaid. Before I say another word, let me tell you that I love you. Let me hold you close and say these words as gently as I can. There's been another woman that I have needed and I love, but somehow I don't love you less. And she knows she can't possess me, and she knows she never will. But then there's this empty place inside of me that only you can fill. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving both of you is breaking all the rules. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving you both is breaking all the rules. You mustn't think you failed me just because there's someone else. You were the first real love I ever had. And all the things I ever said, I swear they still are true. And no one else can have the part of me I gave to you. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving both of you is breaking all the rules. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving you both is breaking all the rules. Now I couldn't really blame you if you turned and walked away, but with everything I feel inside, I'm asking you to stay. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving both of you is breaking all the rules. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving you both is breaking all the rules. One of the great moments in my life when I was watching a newscast, and it was a picture of a cop giving a woman a ticket, and while he's doing it, torn between two lovers, playing on the radio in the newscast. It was, oh my God, that's so crazy. But it was what it was. So, what was interesting is that however you felt about that song, about my singing it in the male gender, what happened was that Mary McGregor, who I was producing down in Muscle Shoals with Barry Beckett, we recorded this with her, and it became a number one hit for 8 weeks, 12 weeks. It was crazy. But why? I maintain that if it had been a male who was singing, it wouldn't have been crazy. What was really about that made it so powerful was that it was a woman that sang, just as a man has the right to say, well, I've got this and I've got that, and you've got to accept this, and Borgie, tell me I'm crazy. Tell me no, can't help loving this man of mine. I mean, that whole mythology. But we got to accept him and whatever he does, and that's the way it should be. But What about and if the man has a legitimacy that was accepted, but not a woman, how could she legitimately say I have a right to say I love somebody else? I'm not cheating on you. I love somebody else, and it was a very feminist song in that way. And but what a song that's a sing along that I just remembered that's quite the opposite is about Frankie Johnny. Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Oh Lordy, how they could. Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Oh Lordy, how they could love. They swore to be true to each other, just as true as the stars above. It was a man, but it done her wrong. Frankie went down to the corner, went in the saloon for some beer. She said to the fat bartender, has my Johnny man been here? It was her man, but it done her wrong. Well, Frankie won't tell you no stories. The Frankie won't tell you no lies. I saw your Johnny about an hour ago with a gal named Ellie Ballard. If he's your man, he's doing you wrong. Frankie went to the corner, looked up in the window so high. There she saw her Johnny man, a hugging that Nellie Bly. It was a man, but it done it wrong. Johnny pulled out her 6-shooters, pulled out her old 44. Her guns went Rudy toot 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 toot, and Johnny rolled out on the floor. He was a man, but he done her wrong. Roll me over so easy, roll me over so slow. Roll me over easy, boys, 'cause the ones that hurt me so. I was a man, but I done it wrong. Johnny got down on her knees, took Frankie into her lap. Frankie got down on her knees, took Johnny into her lap. She started to hug him and kiss him, but there was no bringing him back. He was her man, but he done her wrong. This story has no moral. This story has no end. This story goes to show that there ain't no good in men. She was her man. He was her man. He was her man. He done it wrong. Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Oh Lordy, how they. Oh Lordy, how they could love. They swore to be true. They swore to be true to each other, just as true as the stars above. He was a man, but he done her wrong. Here's a wonderful song. It's a sing along. You won't realize it until you. They'll hug you and kiss you, and they'll tell you more lies than the cross ties on the railroads or the stars in the sky. They tell you they love you, to give your heart some ease, but the moment your back's turned, they court whom they please. Bury me on Old Smoky, oh smoky so high, where the wild birds in heaven can hear my sad cry. A knob of smoky, all covered with snow. I lost my true love for a courting too slow. Now courting's a pleasure and parting's a grief, but a false-hearted lover is worse than a thief. They'll tell you they love you, and that's where we're going round and round. So instead of being a trivial song on top of spaghetti, it's a song of heartache, the beauty of life, of heartache. And that's what Lee Grant was writing about her friend, this great actress, novelist, and powerful. She was saying she took all of life. She took this craziness and the beauty of it, and she accepted it all. Yes, but not the unfairness, not the societal unfairness. The vicissitudes of love and misfortune, yes, we have to endure that. But when it is systemic, whether it's in North Korea or whether it's in our own country, or whether it's in Italy or in Romania or in Hungary or in the Philippines, that is what must change. And that's what this is all about. Oh, it's David Broza. Oh my God. Okay, hang down your Tom Dooley. Oh my God. Broza, you got to sing with me. We're going to figure out a way for us to do this together. Not if that's okay. Okay. So we'd love to do this with you. And I know there is a technology that will let us do it simultaneously. And I'm going to find that technology and do it. David Broza is the most amazing singer, guitarist, an activist. Oh my God, you have to see his East Jerusalem, West Jerusalem. Tony, would you remind me that in the next announcement of this show, I'm going to give people the link because, there are people, if you look at it, you see there are a few people looking at this now, and they're the kind of people, David, you know what I mean? But, okay, hang down your head, Tom Dooley, hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, poor boy, you're bound to die. I met her on the mountain, there I took her life. Met her on the mountain, stabbed her with my knife. Well, hang down your head, Tom. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. This time tomorrow, I reckon where I'll be, down in some lonesome valley, hanging from a willow tree. Well, now, hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Well, sing it. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Down your head, Tom Dooley, poor boy, you're bound to die. Now, what's very much like that song is a song that I did, which is the Hangman song. Slack your rope, hangman, slack it for a while. think I see my brother coming, riding many a mile. Brother, have you brought me home? Have you brought, brother? What key was that? Brother, have you brought me home? Or have you paid my fee? Or have you come to see me hanging from the gallows tree? And you know what I used to do? So I did that the other night. In the end, his true love comes. He says, no, I've not. Yes, I have brought you hope. No, yes, I have paid your fee. No, I've not come to see you hanging from the gallows tree. It's so emotional, and it's verse after verse after verse with the same lyrics until the end. Yes, she's come, she's come. Those old songs, they tell stories. Those Southern Mountain ballads, those murder ballads. I used to do this. I love to do this at Cornell and Romp and Stomp. I'll give you the words. I asked my love to take a walk. She'd only walk. She'd only walk. We'd only walk just a little ways. And as we walked, and as we walked, and as we talked about our coming wedding day, about our coming wedding day. So only say that you'll be mine, that you'll be mine, and in no lover, and in no other's arms entwined, down beside, where the waters flow, down by the banks of the Ohio. Here's come the weird part. I drew my knife across her breast, as in my arms, she gently pressed, crying, Willie, oh Willie, Willie, oh Willie, don't you murder me, don't you murder me. I'm unprepared, I'm unprepared for eternity. So only say that you'll be mine, and in no arms entwined, down beside, where the waters flow, down by the banks of the Ohio. While walking home, twixt 12 and 1, I cried, oh Lord, what have I done? I killed the only girl I could ever love, because she would not be my bride. Oh my God, so only say that you'll be mine, and in no other's arms entwined, down beside, where the waters flow, down by the banks of the Ohio. Brenda, tomorrow is the 16th anniversary of Barry's death at 60. Yes, the brother of your beloved husband, Ken Fritz, who was Peter Paul Mary's manager. And he brought us to PBS, to TV. And because of TV, 100 times as many people, or 1,000 times as many people we could share music with through them. And unlike commercial TV, PBS really embraced folk music, and they gave us these specials. So you're saying here, such a vibrant people, and he loved Puff and Lemon Tree. He did. And we're going to end this song with Puff. Who did I email and say, I will sing this particular song for you? And I forgot which one it was. Oh my God. You do realize how long I've been doing this? Oh, I guess I can't believe it. I just heard it. Ain't it hard, ain't it hard, ain't it hard to love one who never did love you? It's hard, well, it's hard, well, it's hard, Lord God, to love one who never would be true. There is a tavern in the town, that's where my true love sits him down. He takes other, or is it, it takes other men, he takes other men on her knees. She takes other men, and you know he takes other girls on his knee, and he tells them what he won't tell me. See, and you think about it. Think about these conundrums of feelings and traditions in the in these songs. And for kids, they say, "What is this craziness? How do I figure this out? Is this guy in love, or what?" And he's in so much love, and they begin to think about human beings, and they learn so much from this music because this came from real human beings, and it's authentic, and it's real, and that's what the Parkland songs are too. By the way, they came from those in our time, and they will be part of the launching of the musical arms of the kids, the women's movements that emerge, but mainly the students' movements for the environment and for. And if anybody here is for, uh, gun violence, not guns, gun violence, then I disagree with you beyond. If anybody here thinks it's good that we allow our children to live in fear and their parents, and then we allow them to live with the terrible trauma that these all these students from Columbine, after 20 years. Now, this is an authentic voice of our time. These are the folk songs. These are real. And when you hear them, you will hear them. Now, please, will you tell me what was that song that I said I would do? The massage is held for review. No, that's a message. Okay. So, Jim, Peter, has been fun to play my guitar along with you. Jim DeLisi and Penny Nedbridge. We can listen for as long as you can sing, Peter. Well, I can sing for the rest of my life, so that's it. Oh, and you played, Ron Dolby played harp with me at Wolf Trap in 2004. Oh my God. I'm going to be going to, but I'm looking for somebody to say, you told me you're going to sing this song for me today. You should do a whole show dedicated to Romp and Stomp. I never heard that one, Peter. Teach us all of the classics, Peter. Oh, this song is grim. It is. But what it is it shows you the depth of human experience that really was. And then you can kind of begin to grapple with the big questions. And it's, Stephen, my brother, Stephen Feldman, my best friend in elementary school, who was always, I told them the story, Stephen, about when I was picked before you at Punch Bowl and how you were always, and you still are, it's such an extraordinary, you're so much better athlete than I could ever be. You were just a natural athlete, and you were handsome as the day is long. You were just, and you had, remember when we used polymol in our hair and we put the pompadours, and we had such fun. Oh my God. And then you became an attorney, and you're out in state of Washington, and you're riding a motorcycle, and now you're staying at home. Okay, Stephen. Stay home, Stephen, my friend, stay home. Stay home and be safe, my friend. Stay home with your love. Sometimes I wash my hands quickly. Sometimes I wash my hands slowly. Sometimes I wash my hands soapily. Sometimes I get them really clean. And when they're clean, they protect me. And I won't transfer the virus. And if I can think of a rhyme with virus iris, I'll tell it to you right now. So Irene, wash your hands. Stay home and wash your hands. That's what all the doctors say, Irene, my friend. Stay home and wash your hands. Oh, Stephen, it's so good that you're with me now. Can you believe that it took a coronavirus to hook us up in this way? What a uh, I remember you with such respect and such extraordinary fondness, my brother. Truly, you're one of my brothers in truly. And then Samir, or have you paid my fee? Or have you come to see me hanging from the gallows tree? That's right, exactly. Samir, that's our extraordinary tech person. And then, all right, look, it's too late. I'm looks. Oh, there are some messages that are being held for review because people are saying, I can't stand listening to you. But that's good because if you say something that is untoward or unkind, it really is not something that we don't want to start that kind of running around a rosy. And we are enjoying this, as Lee has said once when there was somebody who was saying that. It's time to pass the baton, Peter. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's do Puff the Magic Dragon, and to whomever I promised to do a song, and I didn't do it. I'll look it up and I'll do it next time. I will do another concert. I'll tell you when because that's. Let me see. I'm looking at my schedule here. Well, I can't do one for the next 2 nights. So I'm going to do one on Thursday because tomorrow night there is a live concert at 9 p.m. It's a live stream for Barkland. And I'm going to get information and see if you would be, it would be okay for you to be informed of this. So there will be one because I'm going to be doing one. And I'll put it up on the on Facebook and also on the email list that I have. Then the next night, the 15th, which is Wednesday, this is a concert only for the Parkland families. It's a concert of healing, and that's what those videos are going to be for show. And it's that's tomorrow evening. And then on the next night, on the 17th, yeah, I'm going to be doing a rehearsal with the Parkland students for a later gathering that's going to be nationwide that is put on by Tim Shriver, who is the head of Special Olympics and the son of Sarge Shriver. And they got every star in the books there. And uncomplimented. It starts on the evening of the 24th, and then I think at 8 o'clock in the evening, and then on the morning at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be on that for 6 minutes, doing a little bit of Puff and a little bit of This Land, and then I introduce the Portland students, and you're going to see the videos that we've been doing, and they will speak a bit. But that is going to be one incredible, and the name of it is A Call to Unite. 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 And I want to say that all the comments that I've seen, except for the ones that were withheld, thank you for doing so, are probably ones to are just not to be more to be pitied than censured. And I don't mean that with sarcasm. All right, we're doing Puff the Magic Dragon. And where is my capo? Have I done all these songs without a capo? What is the matter with me? I can't believe I've done that. Okay, but I did. So here we go. Puff the Magic Dragon. I'm singing this for Barry Fritz. We remember you and love you, and it's 50 years. If it sits with us like that, it means we care about you still. And Kenny and Brenda, we love you and love Barry, and always will. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea, frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea, frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sail. Barry, I wish you were here with us to hear this old tale. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came, and pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out, sing it together now, now. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea, and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea, and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. The dragon lives forever, but not so little girls and boys. Painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more. Puff that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane without his lifelong friend. Puff could not be brave, so Puff that mighty dragon sadly slipped into his cave. Puff the Magic Dragon, he still lives by the sea. He's there, and he's certainly welcoming, and he's free to get together if you want to hang out. Just call his name in your heart and he will be there, 'cause Puff exemplifies loving and friendship and care. Puff is with us still. It's just about caring about each other. That's what life is all about. Sister, brother, mother, father, friend, enemy. We must learn to love us all. That's what the Dalai Lama says. And we hear the call, he goes, never give up, never give up, never give, never give up. No matter the pain and sorrow, never give up. You'll find your tomorrow, compassionate heart. It will lead you, your loving heart. It will free you to never give up, never give up. Love everyone, love all strangers, love even your enemies. Love everyone, and everyone will join you to work for peace, to work for peace. Never give up, no matter the pain and sorrow, never give up. We'll find our tomorrow, never give up, never give up, never give up, never give up. A Puff, the magic dragon, he still lives by the way, the lyrics to that were a poem by the Dalai Lama. And it's very, very strange, of course. But look, I don't know why I felt I needed to sing. I just got into it. So what the heck? I've enjoyed it enormously. I enjoy hearing from you. I enjoy sensing you. I'm not talking to myself. If I'm imagining you, you got a pretty strong presence. I'm going to leave. You're going to hear the door close, and this is a chance to speak to each other for a little bit, if you like. Okay. I love you. Oh, wait, let me do this. That's an air kiss. Oh, my goodness, Stephen Feldman. Do you remember that there was a song they had? We had a play that I helped to write called the about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and I had the starring role in it, and there was the God who gave us light, gave us liberty, at the same time, the hand of force might destroy, the hand of force might destroy, but cannot disjoin us, cannot disjoin us, cannot destroy us. I think that was it. And then, far above Cayugas. All right, enough is enough. Mwah. What a fun night. A little crazy, but fun. Thank you. I'm ending the stream. Here it goes.